Alright, this is the maintenance for an '09 Ego. Basic maintenance after you play. So here we go. Start by taking out the bolt. Put that aside for now because you're not gonna need that until later. Then you're gonna want to take out your rammer. So use one of the Allen keys they give you. Take off the rammer cap. What I like to do is just take the Allen key and put it in where your bolt goes, as you can see, and push out the rammer. That should come out. Once you have your rammer, you're going to want to take a rag, clean it off. Make sure it's nice and clean, get all the old oil off, grease, whatever. Take your e-oil, eclipse gun oil. You're not going to want to put a lot, but just put a drop on each O-ring. And now take your finger and just spread it around on the O-rings. Then after you do that, just pop it back in the right way. Make sure the part with the groove goes into the marker first so that your bolt can catch on it. Then take your back cap, put that back on. You don't want to put it too tight, just snug. Then you're going to take your bolt and want to wipe off all the paint and oil. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then again, take your oil, put a drop around each. I like to put a little extra on the bolt just so it shoots a little smoother. Again, take your finger and rub it around, just on the O-rings. Then put your bolt back in, and that's the maintenance on the bolt and rammer. Then to clean your eyes, I'm only going to do one because my gun's not dirty and I'm just showing you. As you can see, the little screw right there, you're going to want to take Allen key. You want to unscrew it. And then, just going to, it can be a little tricky sometimes after you have the oil on your fingers to get this up. And then you just want to take off your eye plate, eye cover, and then that'll expose your eye. Now, I don't like to be putting rags on this just because it's the eyes and it's really sensitive. So I take a Q-tip, just wipe off the eye, and then I take my Q-tip and I put it down inside and just clean it all out. Make sure there's no oil or paint inside of here. You want to keep your eyes nice and clean. Then you just put that back in. Put your eye cover back on. Put your screw back in. Now, I'm only going to do one because they're both the same. Like I said, my gun's not dirty. Next, take your, unscrew this. So after you have your regulator off, you're going to want to take the regulator apart, just unscrew it. You just put this part aside right now. And now, if you put it upside down, see a spring comes out. After the spring, pull this piece right out. Now for this, you're not going to want to use the gun oil. Instead, you can use the grease from Eclipse. This is the grease I use. Like I said again, just wipe off all the old grease and oil. Or not oil, but grease. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then just take a dab of your grease. You're not going to want too much. As you can see, just a little dab right there. Take your finger and spread it along. Next, you just put it back in. Put your spring back in. But next, before you put this piece back on, now you're going to take your other little piece right here. Take your Allen key, and you're just going to want to unscrew it. This would be your velocity adjuster. You're just going to unscrew it. Oh, my bad, I went the wrong way on that. And then just take it, push that out. This should come out right here with two little O-rings. Then again, take a Q-tip, and right in the bottom where your velocity adjuster is, there's an O-ring right inside. You want to make sure that's nice and oiled up. So what you do is you put some oil onto a Q-tip and then just spread that around in there. And after that, take this little piece, your velocity adjuster, put a dab of oil on it, on both O-rings, and then just spread it around like everything else. And now to put it in, you want to be really careful you don't damage this, because otherwise you're going to get leaks. So you're going to put it in, make sure the screw part, the threading, goes in to the tip first. And then what I like to do so I don't damage it is I take the same Q-tip and I push it down, and while putting pressure on it with the Q-tip, take your velocity adjuster screw, and what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to screw it back in. And once it's all the way in, as you can see it comes out through the tip right there, 5 turns in from there should be 250 feet per second. You gotta chronograph it though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're ready to put this back together. Make sure you get your spring in. Then your low pressure regulator, you're going to take this out. A little spring should come out. And then there's also this piece in here. You want to use your gun oil again on this. Just spread it around with your finger. Then you can put it right back in. Take this. And then again, there's another O-ring inside of here. You can't see it in here, but you're just going to want to clean that with the Q-tip. Put the oil back in there again. And you're ready to put this piece back on, your low pressure regulator back together. And then the last thing you want to do is right here. You want to unscrew this right here, your ASA. Unscrew the cap basically. And there's another little O-ring right here, right by the tip of the threading. You want to put a little bit of oil on that too. And then that's it. Put it back together. And that's the maintenance on an 08, on an 09 Evo. And this is my Vicious 09. Yeah, I hope that helps. Thanks.